Hello, my name is Sage, and this is a tutorial on how to practice anatomy effectively. Sorry about the text-to-speech, I don't have a microphone and this was the fastest way to add voiceover. God knows I need the credit ASAP. The method I use to practice anatomy is by first finding a reference photo. This can be a photo you take of yourself or any subject, or a reference photo you find online. I personally really like to use Pinterest. After you find the reference photo/pose you'd like to use, copy and paste it into your drawing program. I use Medibang Paint, and I use a default 2500 by 2500 pixel size canvas, though it doesn't matter what size canvas you use for practice purposes. After my photo is pasted into Medibang, I open a new layer and trace over the basic shapes of the body in a bright red pen. It doesn't matter what color you use, I simply use red because it's easy to see over the reference image. Also, it can be really helpful to trace nude models or models/reference images with tight-fitting clothing, especially if you're just starting out with anatomy practice. I was more focused on broad shapes than smaller ones, so the hands are a bit messy. I'm a big dumb idiot, and I wasn't paying attention while I was tracing the body shapes, so I ended up going back over the tracing and making sure I knew where the big shapes were. It is advisable that you pay attention while you trace. For example, the top half of the torso is one or two shapes, while the bottom half of the torso is one simple shape. It takes a little bit of practice to know what shapes you prefer to draw to fit your style, but once you find the shapes, they are easier to draw in different poses. After you've traced the shapes of your reference image, you can begin drawing the pose from memory. I did a quick, simple, ugly sketch just to get the idea across. Of course, you can use reference images of things like faces and hands to get a better idea of the specific proportions of those parts of the body. I am still a big dumb idiot, and I didn't think to draw what my drawing of the pose would have looked like before I did the practice tracing, but I know for sure it wouldn't have turned out this good, this quickly. Here is a comparison of the traced image and my quote-unquote final sketch. I tilted the body a bit and tried to add more movement to my sketch, but the idea here is that my drawing is now more anatomically/proportionately accurate because of the practice I did. Anyway, that's all the recording I have, so I am just going to end the tutorial now. This is a big disaster. I can't believe how unorganized I am.